Is this filming?
I think it's good to get snippets of the fit body because people will see it because it's a cool workout program. We just don't tell them that you do 12 reps, 20 reps of this, then you move into this. It's just like a little 3-minute montage. Right now, how I envision, and I've wanted to do this from the start, is, you know, whether you're doing the fit body now with a BBQ or whatever, it's an opportunity for us to put up a 2-3 minute video and then at the end have a nice promo that we'll create. Bang, bang, flashy here, here's the product image, click here to go and purchase it. You know, so then we're actually making use of our workout videos that we're creating as well. Now, not everything's going to be a promo for that, but I think if we don't have calls to actions at the end of our, like end cards at the end of our products, I think we're definitely...
I can kind of see it already in my head, like with the little, I guess, what do you call them, montages of the actual workouts that I'm currently doing for the program.
If we leverage the time properly, we can get one and we go, there's a YouTube video, there's a Facebook video, and there's an Instagram video. All right, let's, so we've got 2 hours, let's shoot to get this computer we need to edit all of these things. People are always curious, you know, it's like, oh, what do you guys do? And it's an interesting question, you know, it's like, well, it depends on what I want to be sharing. You know, it's like, well, we do a number of different things in the health and fitness industry, the business consulting industry, the digital marketing space. So it's interesting. I've been summing up going, we're a digital marketing company, especially when I don't want to, you know, have that 10-minute conversation. So today is all about setting and laying the foundations. We're just spent the last hour and a half in the boardroom mapping out the strategy for everything, really, everything video related, content related. So I'm pretty pumped with what we've got there. Now we need to go and do all the behind the scenes thing, go and actually purchase another computer so we can actually create this amazing content. So excited. I'm also going to be holding myself extra accountable, which the great thing about creating a plan, and you know, we sat down today and mapped out what are we going to be doing from a video perspective, and it starts at 6 a.m. every morning now, and that starts at the gym. So you're going to see a lot of blood, sweat and tears coming from this forehead. Hopefully not blood, but definitely sweat from this forehead. We're not only going to be transforming business, it's all about transforming your own life. And the great thing about setting these targets and goals and expectations is it sometimes is that next level of accountability that we need. And if I know that someone else is going to be at the gym there waiting for me, in this case, Jakey boy, it's going to force me to get up every morning. So we'll see how that goes. Watch these abs. Mate, I'm pumped about the first draft. It's yeah, it's great. Definitely makes a good it's actually given me a heap of momentum to want to keep creating, you know, especially when it's that level. When you can watch your own content and you actually get excited by it, then you know you've created something really good, you know. It's the difference is, you know, when we first started doing videos, I'd set up 2 cameras and, you know, I'd try and do my best to slice and dice and do all this and maybe add a soundtrack here and there. But when I'd watch it back, I'd always still be like, I know it could be better. So that's the difference of taking your content to the next game. It's something I never thought would happen. I've moved to the dark side. Oh, I haven't technically, but it feels like I have. Dell. You better play well, Dell. Oh, what? What's that? Just that. Oh, hello. Now I've got cramp in my trousers. And that'll fit in well into what we've come up with from a strategy perspective. Now it's like, we're playing the long game, but we're also playing the short game at the same time. And the businesses that will win, they're playing the long game. Everything that we've done is I've always been playing a long game whilst I've still been playing the short game with it. And that's that whole thing of, if you're just going into it with those 3 products, then, I wouldn't be suggesting creating that entire ecosystem of, the customer. So when you bring out the new products, it's like, well, you've already got the customers there, you've got the audience there. So I just want to test the Instagram. Still uploading. You can upload a minute video. Yeah, so, oh no, I don't know. Here's the problem. It's only uploaded the first 15 seconds. See, the cool thing about this is, like, this is a first-hand experience of us just finding something, and this is how we test it. Like, literally go straight to market and try it out. Often get asked, how do you figure out that? How do you know that? It's like, well, I don't really. I'm just trying. I'm just trying it. Let me test a longer video. Interesting.
Just leave it running and see how long it goes.
Yeah. All right, so here we are in the HQ. Got the camera. Got the motivational quotes that need to go on the wall still. Some couches, got some new couches as well. Oh, also, if you want to become a highly respected and highly paid authority, you know what to do. Go to that URL, authority-academy. All right, let's post that to my story. You can also, the cool thing about this, you can actually post it to your wall as well at the same time. So you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I might have to change that saying. I don't really. Killing 2 birds. Who wants to kill birds? No one wants to kill birds. Some people do. So that's cool though. I like the Facebook stories. We should actually do a video on all the different types of stories and the benefits and the things that I like and the things that I don't. Like, that is from a content perspective. You can add it to your story, but you add it straight to your Facebook wall as well, which is really cool. So it's finding the best methodology for each piece. Like the content we're going to put on our Instagram stories, which if you're not following my Instagram, you should do that. We're going to be putting out a heap of cool content. But like we call them in the bank pieces, where they just keep getting repeated. I think in Instagram Live, because it disappears, you've got to treat it like it's that total interaction with someone. Where a Facebook Live now, 70-80% of people are only going to view the video after. So there's that post-consumption. So you've got to go into each piece of content with the right process in mind. If we look at that then, that 60 seconds all of a sudden can be infiltrated through the story, the Facebook wall, the Insta wall. Maybe that just gets cut into 4 pieces, If that's the only way for us to be able to do it, then I guess that's probably what we need to do. And then we'll also syndicate the YouTube through to LinkedIn. So we'll create LinkedIn posts for every single one as well. So I consistently get hit up from people, I won't divulge this person, of people wanting or coming to me with this amazing, I've got this, can help you type scenario. But when you read their messages, number one, it's just a copy and paste. That's not what you do essentially to start. If you're looking for anyone to become an affiliate of your program and you don't even know them, you've got no relationship, don't send a long message. Like, you don't just reach out to someone and go, oh, this will be amazing for you and I'm going to give you 50% commission. Like, well, in our mind, we know, well, 50% goes to you. And it's not even about the commission, it's about you actually getting a customer. But the reality is, it's like, well, what have you done to actually add value to me first? And this goes for everyone. This goes, if you're thinking about reaching out to someone, how do you get referral partners? You got to build the relationship first by actually sending a message going, hey Brett, how you doing? Been checking out a lot of your work, been loving it. Like, get into the person's realm of what they're actually doing and actually give them some praise, if you believe it, of course. And if you don't believe it, then you shouldn't be asking someone to be a referral for you, because you're clearly just going after their customer network. But, build the relationship first, build the trust. This shit pisses me off sometimes. But credit to the people who are out there trying to do it. But if you are, and you have been using that approach, it's not your fault, but now it is your responsibility to go and do something about it and change it. So cool. Well, look, firstly, once again, welcome aboard. Super excited to have you part of the team. Looking forward to helping you personally, helping you with the business move forward and achieve your goals. I just spent the last 2 hours actually with a brand new Authority Academy Inner Circle client. So we go through an onboarding process when we first start off with someone. It was quite interesting. I want to share this with you because a lot of coaches, and me as an old coach, used to get stuck straight into the, okay, what can I do for you right now? Like, what do you want right now? And this particular person that, I just had this conversation with, they wanted to know how to do like a return on investment funnel, which is one of our funnels that we utilize for lead gen and selling products and services, etc. But one of the things that I identified was, is that the right thing you need to be working on right now? So we go through a process where we identify the current leaky holes in the bucket, and then work on what needs to be fixed right now before we go ahead and go and create an amazing social media strategy, or before we go and build a funnel or create a webinar training, or book a venue for an event. We want to make sure that current leaky holes are being filled in the bucket. Too many entrepreneurs I see, too many business owners, especially been in this game for a long time, it surprises me how many people actually don't have their numbers down. And what I mean by that is they just don't know what their current income was last month and what their current expenses were last month. They've got an idea, they might have it written down on a piece of paper, or they might have a basic spreadsheet. But if you don't know your numbers, you don't know what you can project to move forward to for the next month. You might find once you actually do your numbers, and a lot of the time when I share this with our students, it's it's not the type of task that's fun or exciting. And a lot of people, and this is going to be a great topic for further conversation about why they're actually not doing their numbers. Is it they're scared that they're going to see something they don't want to? I used to judge business success based off if I had more money in the bank at the end of the week than I was putting out. But just by figuring out even the core number of what's your gross income, what's your net income after expenses, then you'll find out what you have in there to play with, and if you're just starting out, it's like, maybe you find out, well, we had a $2,000 or $1,000 net profit last month. Then you go, well, where can I put that $1,000? Instead of just going and spending it willy-nilly, you're actually getting really strategic about where you're putting every dollar. Yeah, it's great. I love the onboarding processes because it just, again, reinstills within myself the importance of making sure that you're working on what needs to be worked on right now, and you're not just going in with I can help you build this funnel, because there's time, effort, and energy and focus that needs to go into doing all of those tasks. So, you could be watching this right now and thinking, or maybe you're sitting there and you're taking a break from building a funnel or creating a webinar or building this next new thing, and you're like, well, what haven't I done over here that I know over time, if it doesn't get done, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. When was the last time you did your tax? I know people haven't done their tax for months. It's like, that's like a splinter. You step on a piece of timber and you get a splinter in your foot. Yeah, tomorrow it's probably going to be okay. The next day probably be okay. A week from now, your foot's going to start swelling up and you're going to want to get that splinter out. So start looking at what you need to be working on right now that's of most importance that can move your business forward. Simples.